The intention that I have today is to alleviate heartache, dissolve doubt, shame, worry, and fear, and fill that vacant space with love, trust, confidence, and awareness in alignment with the dream life of the collective, in alignment with dreams and destiny, and allow it to unfold in a way that feels easy and good. I want to add that actually to what I typed out. And let it be easy. Okay. There we go, there we go. I felt a lot of emotions today, just in like starting the day. So I'm looking at that and kind of feeling like that might be the direction we go, is this like transmutation of emotional pain kind of type situation. We really like this incense. There's this big emphasis on feeling whole and complete in yourself, and then allowing that to cultivate what you dream of from that space. And so I really want to dive further into that. Already we're looking at like two paths here. There's like the one where you sit with it, and there's the one where you choose to connect, and then we have the star on top. So that's really like looking at our inner light and choosing to focus on that instead of allowing ourselves to be swallowed by that emotional density. So I call on guides, ancestors, spirit allies, archetypes, anything that needs to come forward that is in alignment with the highest elevation, highest path of elevation and love. Please come forward and help transmute this emotional energy of doubt, shame, worry, or fear. Help transmute this energy into love, trust, confidence, and awareness in alignment with the collective's dream life and destiny, and let it be easy. Please bring through messages that will contribute to this specific goal. Help create unshakable faith. That's a lot of cards. I was gonna keep shuffling, and then a big old... We still have the star on the deck. Where are we at? Oh man. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. I'm seeing internal conflict. Maybe we've healed. Okay. Maybe we've healed the heartbreak that we've experienced, but we still feel as though like we're still carrying around the wound of being stabbed in the back. So it's like the actual wound itself we have acknowledged, we have healed, but this paranoia of being attacked, this fear of things not going our way, the doubt, right? That doubt is showing up here. And then we have the King of Cups. I need to adjust where this light is, or turn it down. It's too bright. Home, let me come home. Home is where I'm. Okay, back to this. So we've started to acknowledge that, like, this is really something that we're creating for ourselves. We're really at this point where we can put this down, and it's fuck off. TikTok just turned itself off.
One thing that is guaranteed.
That's hilarious. Oops, my timer went off on my stream. Oh, I'm gonna give myself just a second. I'm gonna give myself a second to kind of integrate what I just felt off of that. Yeah. So we've gotten to this point where we've healed these wounds, but there's this like residual energy that we've carried around for the duration since this point of getting this healed. And we're kind of being asked to move into a new cycle and allow it to go. And we've gained control over our emotions, and we're really to this point where we could make a different decision, but it's almost like we're battling ourselves instead of actually stepping into that new cycle, that new path. Yesterday's reading was really about like the baggage that we're carrying and how we're going to carry it. And I think really what's coming through is we're taking our time and we're being cautious, but maybe we're not actually taking the time to go within. We're not actually taking the time to go and retreat and enjoy our solitude. And so while we're not like rushing forward, we're also not taking the time for stillness, and that's the thing that's going to help us heal. That's the thing that's going to connect us to our inner light and allow us to follow our destiny and our path. It's what's going to let us feel like we're accomplishing things, like we're seeing how things are growing, but we haven't actually taken the time to like tend our seeds. We haven't taken the time to move beyond this pattern, and it's a choice that we have every day. And we have to be willing to like pour out onto ourselves. So that was level 1. Pretty quick today, pretty easy. We'll see if more information comes through about this, but I really want to transmute this emotional energy and just create this like rock solid foundation for everyone, because I've been feeling it, and if I've been feeling it, that means whoever's in my collective has been feeling it. So, I'm gonna take these. So we have counterparts. And the 4 of Wands. It's like we're creating what we want to create, and then we're battling ourselves. That same energy that we were coming up with over here, there's this like internal battle, this internal struggle. But we have the power to create the life that we want to create, so it's up to us to actually do that. And then we have King of Pentacles. That's why I decided to go in there and take that, is because we do have counterparts there offer it. And then we have that 5 of Wands again. Learning how to play with that conflicting emotion instead of allowing it to run the show is definitely pertinent for this message. I moved straight into another tarot deck. Normally I do some other cards between A and B. So I'm curious to see how this is going to progress. Spirit, help close this cycle with the 10 of Swords and this inner conflict. Help heal this self-chastisation. Help with this energy. Okay. I'm gonna just take a second and sit with this because it feels. I'm gonna be real. I feel like I want to cry. So yeah, we have this Three of Swords here again. The pain is that heartbreak, that pain going into that is how we get our new beginning. Immediately, that was the first thing off of this pile. I don't usually take reverses in this deck, so I'm going to not do that. I feel today was the first day. I'm gonna share like where I'm at because it's a part of this channel for some reason. Today was the first day where I didn't check on what I'm calling in. Today was the first day where I just didn't check up on it. It was the first day where I was conscious enough to not check up on it. And it feels very vulnerable and very emotional. I know that the last few days there have been like quite a few messages concerning like healing and coming forward. And I'm kind of like gonna go through and look at all of them because I know they all have bits and pieces for me. But I think there's this really, really big heart healing happening in the collective. I don't think I'm the only person. I think Mercury retrograde in Cancer was really I think that a lot of things moved. I think it had a lot going on, and I think that that feels overwhelming depending on where that is in your chart. It's going to affect you differently, but for me, like my connections are really wrapped up in that. And I'm in this position, where I feel emotion that I need to channel, I need to clear. I feel this like deep yearning to move past the pain, and I have been being called into healing this like big heart wound, into creating this room for myself to be the fool, to feel it in a way where I can make light of it, to feel it in a way where I can see the beauty in it, to see sorry, something popped up and it like distracted me. So what? Yeah, there's a lot of distractions like in trying to go into the heart. There's a lot of like let's distract from this. Let's move away from this. And I think it's really tempting to like follow that and to not face into it. But the journey is really asking like instead of seeing this conflict within, instead of seeing this like instead of seeing it as a problem, allowing it to be something that is moving in your favor, redirecting that conflict into play. How can you play with your mind? How can you meet your emotions in a playful way instead of allowing them to control you, instead of allowing them to like dictate how you live your life? How can you play with the moment? And I just off of this card, normally this is like two children sharing cups. It's like a very nostalgic card, but in this it's like very deeply intimate. And I would say like this play energy that we're being asked to have with our inner child, because the inner child is the one that's showing us the wounds. Interesting. And I do find that to resonate personally, but also like I see that a lot more from other people that I've been interacting with rather than just myself. And I think this playful energy, it's been coming through. The fox spirit has been really relevant recently in the metric of like it being something playful. And also we have the fox over here on the Fool card, so like the fox spirit is a part of this reading. But there's like this deep intimacy with our, like, with the different parts of ourselves. So like maybe counterparts in different planes. So like maybe taking action in the physical but following your intuition in the energetic realms, allowing that to, and we have the high priestess here backing up that intuitive, like how do we intuit the natural world. You could also be getting like mental, like more visuals. Today I was driving and I saw the light turn yellow and I started hitting my brakes and it hadn't turned yellow and then it turned yellow. And there's this like this thing about like seeing it before it happens and trusting that you saw it, and like you can correct and like keep going about it as you would in case it didn't, but knowing that you saw it and trusting that you saw it, being aware that that is coming, being aware that you were being given information about your situation and that your emotions, this healing is giving you information about this new beginning. Because as the Fool, you know nothing, right? When you go into a new cycle, a new chapter, you don't know what you're walking into. So your emotions are actually there to guide you. Your emotions are there to support you as you navigate the new cycle. I do need just a second for my brain to catch up. I'm having a hard time seeing this card traditionally in my mind's eye. And I think I'm very excited. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to smack my mic. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Cups. For some reason, when I see this card come out in this deck, I read it as the Seven of Cups, which is like, all of the cups are filled with vices. It's very like, this is actually the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It is like being emotionally fulfilled. It is like coming, you are not at the completion of the cycle, but you are receiving the gifts of the work you have done in the cycle. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which for me, the way these came out together, it's like you're planning on what direction you want to aim your will in this new chapter. And so these intuitive messages and nudges that you're getting between the different parts of yourself are kind of like, it's, you have this wish fulfillment coming in and you're learning where to direct your mind in order to pick up this new will in this new beginning, right? You have these emotions and it's kind of like you're taking the thoughts that you want. See how he has like arrows or swords. Swords are the mind, so they're thoughts, it's air. So it's kind of like he picked the one thought, picked the one thing that he could aim at his goal. And everything else, he has all this other stuff, but it's like, what is the one that I want? What is the one thing that I want to aim? And I'm going to take my time and I'm not going to draw my bow until it is time to take aim. And it's like, we're kind of waiting and we're following our intuition that's led by these emotions, by this deep experience that we've had. And that's allowing us to step into this new cycle. And then yeah. Oh my god. Okay. We'll stop there. It's gonna take me just a second to get through this pile. we're moving forward away from the old thoughts that we don't need. Because this was our last card, and this is the card before this, right? This is the card before this that was backwards. Something's backwards. Interesting. 6 and then 7. So it's like you left behind. Interesting. Wait. I don't know. I've never brought through a message like this before. He picked up a new thought after she left. He picked up something new after she left. But he has what she left behind at shore. And it's almost like there's some kind of separation. And that separation, it's like you're looking at how to take action about that separation. And like, you could look at this like a physical relationship, but I really intended this reading to be about healing the emotional stuff and making room for trust. The focus of this reading is not intended to be about a physical relationship coming in. But when you do inner work, your external reality reflects you. So I just ask that anyone that is watching this, please take this as inner work. And then if you need to reflect it externally and have like confirmations, that's fine. But I want to approach this as though this is the inner work, because I think if you are in separation, the kind of energy that's coming through here, it is really important to make sure that you're doing this so that you can hold what you would like to bring in. If you're not whole here, then how are you going to share? How are you going to be in union with someone and like truly express yourself? How are you going to leave behind the doubt, shame, worry, and fear that we are transmuting through this reading? How are you going to do that if you don't take the time to reflect internally? So it's kind of like you're looking with like this innocent lens of like everything that the world could be, everything that this new beginning could be. It's kind of like you're fantasizing about it. And it's not a bad thing that you're doing that, because like there is good coming forward. We have the Lovers and the 6 of Wands. And then we also over here have the 4 of Wands. This is success. This is union. Like this is really a big deal. And it's like really, oh my god, it really is like knowing how to take that emotional baggage and like notice like the pain is there, but she is just holding herself. It is not about like, she's not looking at this. She has learned to hold herself. There's this energy of like really being at a point where you can finally sit with yourself and taking that energy into this new beginning where you are sharing with someone else. Mind you, we do have counterparts here on the board. We only have one set of counterparts currently. But there are counterparts out here. Is there anything else from those? No. This card came out the first day I was going live, and I interpreted this as it's like you're learning how to cross this river. But right now you actually just finally learned how to build the bridge, which is that sitting with yourself, right? That is the bridge. Is like that is the foundation upon which you are able to cross this like tumultuous, painful situation. This is what you are able to cross the water. It's how you're able to move forward. But like the time that it takes to cross, it's like appreciate this in between was really important, and I'm feeling called to like really bring that up again. huge call to stillness here. And also, we have the star here twice in both levels, so in the ethereal realm, but also here in the physical. And then we also have the magician on both levels. So this is really like connecting to your light and allowing that to manifest into the world, like becoming the master of your light. That's huge. Becoming the master of your light and allowing that to flourish on the physical plane, allowing your not on the physical plane, in every dimension, all of them, like from base matter all the way to pure consciousness, learning how to really harness your unique consciousness in a way that creates the reality you are meant to live. So it's not just about the fate that was coming through. It's not just about the destiny. It's about like what your light is here to create. And also I like that they're like mirroring, right? Like you have the yeah, you can see why I'm saying it's mirroring. It's like checkerboarding. I want to look and see if there's anything. Yeah, if you look at this, both of these star cards, the star is really like spending the time enjoying having her feet into the water. And then here, like, she's pouring herself tea and she's having like a ritual with herself. And there's like this important thing of like being really, excuse me, confirmation burps, really present with yourself and allowing yourself, oh, sorry. And allowing yourself to like take that time to be really slow and intentional with this in-between space, really deciding where you're going to send this energy. And then the last thing that I'm kind of seeing here is that this magician, she's more feeling the energy that she's pushing into the physical world. She's not really looking at it, she's feeling it, and then it's creating around her. Is there anything else that I need to pull at this level? Yeah, I'm being called to continue with the tarot. So give me just a second to like organize this because it's a little bit of a smorgasbord. That's the word that came through. It's like a charcuterie board that everyone ate through, you know? Okay. This. These. This is going here. This is going here. Oh, right. And then our first cards that we pulled out were about, like, it was the Hermit reversed. It was like learning how to take the time for yourself was part of this transmutation specifically. Okay. So, give me just a second. I want to figure out how to direct this now. Because I was asking for transmutation, and really it's looking like that transmutation is going within. You might have already done a lot of work to harness your thoughts. You might have already really developed your ability to transverse the different layers of your consciousness. So this probably isn't new work for you if you're here. You're probably experienced. I'm gonna pull a little bit more off of this. It's like, oh, I'm greedy, I want to know more about this thing, is kind of how it feels. It's like, ooh, there's this like, no, tell me more about, there is this energy that's like, no, tell me more about what's coming. Tell me more about how it's gonna play out. Tell me more about like the love that's coming, the connection that's coming. And I think that whatever separation is occurring, it's really painful, and you're learning how to not feel as though you've been abandoned. And that is coming from this time spent reflecting and meditating and receiving information from your higher consciousness. And in doing that, you are receiving new opportunities in the physical. This card has come out a crazy amount of times recently. And then we have the Hermit here. Yeah, we have a lot of like really positive energy. With the Queen of Pentacles again. Okay. I'm just gonna pull from the Seasons deck, and then I think that's gonna be our reading for today. I'm feeling like this really was the energy I needed to pull through. If anyone has followed and wants to get on the list, let me know. Or you can subscribe, or you can book with me and get on the list this way. Yeah, really spending time. It said no. Yeah, it's really this energy of go within. I'm wondering if maybe I'm supposed to lead some kind of breath work based on how this is coming through. Or maybe I just need to meditate. Maybe everybody needs to go meditate. What kind of meditations do you do? When you meditate, is it possible that when you get close to seeing your light, you run away from yourself? And that you don't give yourself time to percolate? We have Fox Spirit again. Oh, we had a card I didn't even see come out. Okay. It was this one, and then these ones, and then that. Okay. The reason I asked, sun magic. Don't allow the power of your light to scare you into dimming yourself. I was talking about meditation, and like sometimes when I meditate, I'll start and then I'll like get to this point where I like really see my own power, and I'll like almost just like my consciousness zooms out and I'm no longer present. And it's this like, because we have the star out here twice, we're really looking at our like divine light and what we can create with it, and it's saying like, make sure that you let yourself actually express it fully. Don't hold yourself back. We were looking at this divine union energy. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be seen in order to actually be loved. To be loved is to be known. You have to be able to express your truth. And when I say truth, I am talking about your divine light. You have to be willing to actually let that express into the world in order to be witnessed. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be felt. You have to be willing to shine even if someone doesn't reciprocate. And knowing that whoever really is meant to be in your life will. they will love you for who you are. They won't ask you to change. Well, I mean, they might encourage you to be a better version of yourself, but they won't ask you to become anything other than what you are. And I think that's really important, especially with this message, because we are shining our light and creating, making sure that we fully emanate our truth so that we can actually like feel fulfilled when this stuff comes forward. I think there, because of the separation, it can feel like we're chasing it instead of allowing that fulfillment to come through. And it's really um, important to spend the time cultivating the confidence, the courage to be fully yourself. The next card we have is Praise the Temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. So yeah, body work. Go into your body. We're talking about meditation, but like, okay, I would recommend, as someone who does energy work, I would recommend doing something for each element every day in your routine. So at a really basic level, that looks like breath work, drinking water, touching the earth. What would I say for fire? At a really basic level, what would I say for fire? Do a few push-ups if that's your thing. Like something that makes heat build in your body. For me, that looks like doing energy work. If you're someone who does energy work, allowing yourself to do that for fire. But at a higher level, so that's the base level of what I would recommend. At the higher level, I would recommend still breath work. I would recommend actually meditating as you fill your water vessel, connecting to the energy of water as you shower, going to a river and allowing yourself to be cleansed. Those are things that I would recommend for the water element. Sitting with your emotions, the water element. I would do yoga or dance. Dance is really, really good for transmutation. For the fire element. And then for the earth element, again, I would spend time in nature, but doing yoga is also very grounding. So you can kind of like mix those things together. There are obviously other ways, but I would do something for each element. And I find that that allows my body to be really in balance. But it is saying to spend time creating connection to your body. And I think that that will support this star energy being safe to be expressed. The more you create structure and support internally, the more you will feel comfortable expressing your truth externally. I also got called to talk about having healthy boundaries. Having boundaries with yourself makes it easier to have boundaries with others. Sun tea, slow, intentional, delicious interweaving with life holds more magic than you think. Yeah, it's really talking about like taking your time and creating a connection, creating this foundation, and in doing so allowing this manifestation, this okay, let's hold up all the happy cards again. Allowing all of this beauty to unfold by connecting to your light. Allowing this to come forward for you is something that like you are taking your time and cultivating a space to support it. You are allowing yourself to like come into it. Light worker, the transmutation of shadow is needed when seeking the light that guides you. Yeah, and then spending time with those heavier emotions and letting them be your guide in this new chapter. Wildflowers. When you allow yourself to imagine wildly, worlds of worlds are created. Yeah. So, and then going back to this energy and the energy that went along with it, like, you are taking your time to intend where you want to send your energy. So, allow yourself to meet your body and meet your needs. And that way you can, like, aim yourself towards what you actually want this to turn into. Allow yourself to actually cultivate I wanted to see what this card was. Oh my god. So I split the deck and a card stuck out to the side and I was like, I want that one. And then it tried to hide, and it's a couple. It says, enter in the depths of intimacy where the seeds of your desires will be nourished. So again, going into that inner intimacy and that being something that is going to reverberate in the external world, but you have to spend the time to cultivate what you actually need in a relationship. You have to build that foundation so that you can call this in. Yep. You have to build the foundation so that you can call this in. That is the message. That's the collective today, guys. Does anyone have any questions? And did anyone follow and I missed it and would like to get on the list? That's where we're at. I feel like I probably have space for like 1 or 2 readings. If you would like to get on the list, you can get on the list like so. And again, if you follow, you get a mini reading. But you have to like tell me that you want one. You have to communicate. I don't know. But I know I had a few people come in the last few days that wanted them and then left. Hello, how are you? So if any of those people were lurking, feel free to come forward. I know who like had asked for one and then wasn't around, so like those people still have that available to them. Good, good, good. Yeah. This is really beautiful energy. There's a lot of really good things coming in. It's just how you two. I don't quite know what you meant by how you typed that, and I'm wondering if maybe I missed some context. Wow, yeah. And I ordered new decks for myself, so tomorrow I will be able to... I ordered new decks for myself, so tomorrow I will be able to unbox one. I think I'm gonna unbox one a day, maybe, or something. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna unbox, and so I'll get to explore new decks tomorrow. I'm very looking forward to that. And then this is this like slow, intentional energy. I'm just getting this ready for the collective later. If anyone were interested, you can follow to get on the list, or you can get onto the list like so, or you can subscribe if you're over on Twitch. But I do a recap after live every day, and so I'm just getting ready for that. Me pop. Energy moving in regards to things coming to ground. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How do I want to organize this? This is gonna go with this. This. Okay. These go like this. This. Goes like this. Where's the levers? It's in this pile, it's at the end. The counterparts go here. And then I don't think I need that card out. And then I just want to put that down at the back. Okay. Unless anyone would like... Do I need to direct... I can direct another small collective, I guess. I'm feeling like I'm not ready to end, but nothing's happening. Interesting. Maybe that's a part of something that needs to come forward. So maybe I'll grab another deck. But this is the collective today. This is only 2 decks. It's pretty thick still. Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's do this. That sounds very enjoyable. We'll do this. We're gonna do some plants and animals divination really quickly. Let's go on the same theme. Specifically with like, ooh, yeah, spirit. Okay. We're getting into, we have love magic. We're getting into the emotions. That's how I'm gonna direct this. So if you are one of these people in the collective that needs to get in touch with your emotions so that you can move on, we're about to get into the emotions. And then we're gonna pull this and we're gonna ask which, I guess what approach we can have for those emotions that come up. I'm intrigued. So obviously we have love coming for, we have strawberry. You would use strawberry if you were doing love magic. Strawberry leaf. And apple, Aphrodite. We have love energy. Okay, so maybe like love is asking the heart to open, and maybe that feels a little toxic and painful. I need to shuffle this before I pull anything else. Jesus Christ. I'm being called to the star shape of the apple seeds. And also it's a golden apple. So I said Aphrodite, but the golden apple, I believe, is connected to Frey. No, it's connected to Thor's wife. The golden apple is for Thor's wife. So more marriage. She was tricked by Loki. Maybe you've been tricked in love. And maybe you just want to be happy. And so it's like feeling like there's this poisonous energy and you're trying to clear that heartbreak is kind of what that 3 of Swords was pointing to. Okay. Let's pull some allies to see if we have any... I mean, you're successful. It's time... And we have a rabbit here. New opportunities. Yeah, you're moving on from this old pattern of being, like, hurt in love. You no longer have to be carrying that pain, and it's really time to just, like, move forward. You do have, like, new growth. There are many new things that are coming to fruit that you don't have to worry about. Is there anything else that will help with this specific energy that needs to come out? Any other animal allies? Okay, in order for there to be something new, there has to be an end. We also have the moth here. And eucalyptus. Yeah, you might need to cry. Eucalyptus clears out the sinuses. It also burns because the oil's in it. It's very fire. It is fireable. Flammable. Flammable. It's flammable. And when we're talking about alchemy, which is kind of what we do when we witness our emotions, that's alchemy. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to burn that and like being a moth to the flame of your own heart. And in doing that, man, this is the same reading, isn't it? In doing so, you will have new opportunities and you'll be successful in moving forward. You need only take your determination with you. It doesn't matter how you do it. The goat just scales the mountain. It doesn't care how other people feel about it scaling the mountain. It just scales the mountain. I would like to talk about something else. Ooh, you're blooming and you are protected in doing so. We have the rose here. The rose for me is about the unfolding of the heart, but it's also very protected because the rose has thorns. This also seems to be a primrose, which I believe would be medicinal. So we're looking at heart healing energy. And then up here, this is the sun. We have solar energy, that light energy of the star again. This is just more collective, guys. Is there anybody else that needs to come out for this reading? Any other emotional energies that need to be cleared? What other, nope, we're not taking that many. Sorry, that's not what we're here for. Any more, Spirit? Anything at all? And then... anything? Anybody? No. Okay, yeah. We're transmuting energy in the heart. I don't know what ragwort is. New card. New plant unlocked, guys. Ragwort. Metaphysical properties. What do we got? Fairy magic, breaking mental loops. Ooh, okay. Fairy magic. Important to note, TikTok, you might not be able to see this, but Twitch can. Don't look at my screen. Silly. This over here. This is, I just put over here today, but it has a fairy on it. And then lavender and mandrake. Oh my god, soothing the heart, and then spicy energy. That's spicy. So maybe the connection that you have coming in is going to help transmute that painful energy. Patience. Patience comes with suffering. So again, feeling your heart. Feeling your heart, baby. Oh, what else was there? Courage. Oh my god, ragwort, new favorite. Alright. Ragwort is specifically a thing around Halloween as well. Courage, and it wards against malicious or disruptive spirits. Beautiful. Ooh. It's non-ingestible. Interesting and cool. Goodness, flying horses. Interesting. This feels really satisfying right now. This, yeah. We're going into the heart. Oh, and then we're gonna find peace. Also, because that said cattails on it, and the next card was a fish, go sit at a lake. Sit with stillness. Yeah. Alright, I think that's the collective. I didn't see anybody try to get on the list. If you are interested in booking with me, you can go up here, and once you send in, I will send you an email to book a time slot. If anyone has any questions, reach out to me. I love to help people, so I will see you guys again tomorrow, and I am wishing you all the best. Remember that you are the creator of your reality. Anything that you think is projected externally. You need 51% or greater to see something manifest externally. You need 51% belief or greater. So allow yourself to grow your belief and know that everything that you want wants you 1,000 times more. And whatever is meant for you cannot miss you. It will always find you. You are always perfectly equipped for it. And is literally chasing you. You have only need to sit with yourself and be fully safe in here. And then it's all gonna rush in. So just let yourself be in that energy. I love you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm gonna awkwardly end this stream now. Bye! Awkward. Oh, I forgot to end my recording. That's awkward. Hello. Goodbye. Have a good day. Bye. Have a good one. Bye bye.